All right. Hi.
Good morning. Terry got here with a minute to spare. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Katie and Susan. Good morning, Terry. Gemins. Oh, I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning when my brain was like spinning. I couldn't turn it off. Morning, Pat. Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm very glad it's Friday. My Wednesdays and Thursdays are insane, and then they lead right up to my day off, mostly day off. Can you hear me? You're muted.
I know. Sorry. I'm trying to get the timer all set, and it always plays an ad at the beginning. So I needed to. Exactly.
So how are you? Oh, don't forget today we are staying a little late after the call to talk about your writing plans for May. We have a whole planning call on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, like a May planning call, which is free for everyone, even if you're not in the club or anything. So Adrian can maybe share that link.
Mm-hmm.
TGIF is right, Mary Jo. We were up late last night doing a impromptu last minute decision niche pre-party. And it was so much fun. But towards the end, my brain just kind of shut down. I don't think I'm helping anybody anymore. Good morning, Leilani. You guys have such good ideas, though. It's so much fun for me to see all of your amazing ideas. I was so tired, but I woke up at 5 a.m. with my brain just spinning because I was so immersed in ideas yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
There's a link. Well, we gotta learn how to make better links. There's a link for the planning call on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's free for everybody. They're a lot of fun if you haven't been to one. We just kind of geek out on washi tape and stickers and do our planning for the
first
month.
one that you've done. You're doing it live, on Zoom.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting. Usually,
No, we've had planning calls on Zoom before, but this one will
the
be
washi tape kind.
True. Aw, Shelly had a writing call with her best friend yesterday. That's sweet.
Aw.
Shelly, you're going to come on Saturday, though, right? Adrian can also share that link. I just emailed it out, too. It's in your email, if you're on my email list. Aw, that's exciting, Lisa. Yay. The daughter of Red Sox Hall of Famer Ted Williams and the focus of her latest YA novel texted her yesterday. She's reading the novel and wanted to offer her thoughts. That's amazing. Yay. That's so cool. You should send that to the brag board. I don't know how to tell you how to do that, but email Meg
at ninjawriters.org.
and she'll add it to the brag board. We have 1 minute, guys. She couldn't wait to tell us. I mean, that's fantastic. Put it on the brag board. We need something like that. How awesome. That is so awesome.
That is really cool.
Did you see this? Awesome, Terry. You
wow.
guys are killing it. And this, we're having a brag board right now. Because we email this stuff into the brag board to Meg.
Yeah.
Oh, how awesome. Cool. Yay, Jason. Yay, Terry and Lisa.
Yay.
We should start with what are you going to brag about today? Maybe this will be our Friday tradition to have our brags.
Yeah. The good things Fridays. That happened this week.
Yes. All right. Are we ready to go? It's time.
Ready? Go. Righty.
Woohoo. I got to page 256. About 10 pages of reading through. I didn't have to do a lot of edits this time. How about you?
261, but I got a really good scene written that I'm kind of got really into, so I'm pretty proud of it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Julie Ranson got 297, and Lisa McCombs got 235.
Nice.
Good job, ladies. Nan got here just under the wire. Leilani edited 1.5 pages. Good job. Whoop. Debbie got 212. Hi, Debbie.
Nice,
and
Debbie.
some editing, too. Jason got 198. Jason has put a quarter in the...
No, we don't use the but.
We don't use the B word or the O word. 198 pages. Good job. Or words. Good job. And some research. 198 words. And that included research that he had to do. 96 words of editing for Teresa. 283 and a plot twist. Nice. I can't wait to hear about that. 118, working on some dialogue for Daphne. Hi, Daphne. Daphne's story is so good, too. 504 for Nan.
Wow, Nan, your fingers are on fire.
David got 374 Defo Waffly first draft stuff. That's all right. That's what first drafts are supposed to be. Hey, Kenda, she got 172. Lisa says she means, she said 235, but she meant 326. So good job. Mary Jo got 324 with an exclamation point.
Nice.
100 words added while editing. Ooh, excuse me, for Pat. Shelley handwrote one page towards her blog post. Her computer isn't available at the moment, and she's on her phone. Nana got 126. She arrived late. That's okay. 406 for Dana, and Nancy wrote a good transition page.
Nice.
Good job, everyone.
It always cracks me up when people talk about their first, like when I'm in a workshop and somebody's like, oh, I have something to share, but it's just the first draft. That's okay.
I have decided that's code word for it. This is going to be really awesome. I think people waffle, like they're like, oh, I don't know how good this is because they know it's really good and that makes them comfortable. Like it's hard to share stuff that's like super good.
We want you to be proud though in Ninja Writers of how awesome your stuff is.
Yeah. I agree. Susan Werner finished writing first 4 pages, which I submit to Kristen for my editing prize during. Good job.
Nice.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so yawny this morning. I woke up at 5 in the morning.
We're going to talk about.
Yeah. Let's talk about planning for May.
We're talking about goals, right? Like
goals,
setting our May goals.
And just like, I don't know how, but I think planning how, like, let's talk about planning and how it relates to your writing goals. What is your goal for May?
Oh man, I need to. So I have 2 goals, and it's one of them is writing related, and one of them is writing adjacent.
Okay.
So the writing one is I feel like I've gotten over the 100-page mark of my current story, which is really exciting because for those of you who do not know me, I really like starting things and planning things, and I don't really like the middle part. So usually I will
get your mother's daughter.
I usually get about 50 pages into a project, and then I'm like, okay, it's time to start something new. Because I always say I'm more of like a planner and a reader than a writer. Like I like everything, the reading part and the planning part and the editing part. I don't like the writing part. And I get bored, but I'm not getting bored of this story. I'm getting stuck, and I need to go back and revisit my plot board because I know that it needs a pretty big internal conflict needs to be added, and I've been just writing forward, but I feel like it's getting harder to do. Like I need to revisit my plot board. So I want to do that in May. And Mary just says same for me. I'm a fantastic starter and a lousy finisher. I'm a good finisher after I get past the middle part. It's just that middle part. I'll get to a point after the middle part where I'm like, oh,
Then
I'm so
it's like
excited to
a
finish this.
horse like making its way back to the barn. When I'm writing something this or doing a project this big, it's the middle where I get new ideas and I could so easily give up. And then when I get to the end, like into third act, if it's a novel, all of a sudden it's like it takes off, and I can see where the end is, and in fact, I always, in my editing process, I always have to expand the end because whenever I hear someone say, like, oh, I'm already 200,000 words into my book or whatever, I'm like, how do you do it? Because when I get around 70, 80,000
I'm an
words, which
underwriter.
is a novel, my brain just says, hey, look, we wrote a novel. This is a good ending spot. I don't know how you keep going. It's hard for me to imagine. So like I get to that place where I'm close to enough words, and I end up like just like rushing the end, and I always have to go in and make myself
well, and I think part of it too is that I am definitely an artist writer, and so I never feel the need, like a really strong need to put my work out there. Like even as like I like to paint, and I don't like, I'm totally fine just painting for myself and having my paintings hanging in my house. I don't want to like have them in galleries or have to go through all the work of selling them. I just like to do it. And so I think it's hard, like hard to, for me, the middle part is hard, and like the actual writing part is hard because once I've planned it and I've started it, I've already told the story to myself. So it's out of my head. You know, it's done. It's out of there. I don't need to like now I'm just like drawing it out and I want to get on to the next idea. And it's not, I don't have that like driving force of like, but I want the whole world to read this. Like that, I don't have that. That whole I don't have that drive, I guess, for writing. It doesn't, I write more, I just like creating the stories for myself. And so I feel like I need to find a way to get
hi Shelly
to get past that. But because a lot of that's probably fear too.
Oh, you know how you do it?
How?
You know already.
Well, remind me and tell everybody else.
By writing for 10 minutes a day on your project.
That's true. Yeah, it has helped because it's helped me like want to like go back, like I want to go back and revisit my draft.
Also, so I hear often what you just said about like once you have plotted, like some people are hesitant to plot because once they've plotted, then they feel like they've told the story and they don't want to. What?
I love plotting. I have like no stories.
I love it too, but I hear people say, but what you just said, that once you have done that, then you feel like you've already written the story and it's hard to actually write it. And to me, I have that I don't because I know when I plot something that that's not how the story is going to end up. And so
yeah, that's what I'm getting to that point where now, because I need to replot, and I'm excited about that because I'm realizing, like, I'm getting to a point where I have this big conflict that I've realized that I needed to add in or switch, and I've just been writing forward and thinking, oh, I'll go back and change it, but I need to go back and like revisit my plot board because
don't edit yet, but you can go back and make sure you're headed in the right direction.
And I'm excited.
I happen to know that you didn't actually make a plot board.
Well, I did it different. I have it all written out, but I just kept like one Google Doc for everything. Like it has my the whole from starting the planning to finishing. So it has my H2DSI, my 5 key plot points. It's got my 0 draft. It's got my beat sheet. It's got my scenes written out. Like I just kept it in a Google Doc and I don't know. It helped, I think, when I first was planning and I was really consistent about writing, and then I took a break. And so I just think I think it's still helpful, but I just haven't like revisited it in a while. And I think I need to. But I have a writing adjacent goal too, which I think is really help. I mean, I've already kind of started it, and I think it's really helping me like want to like the drive to want to like get my work out there, and to read a book every week, like for fun, like not a book that I'm like forcing myself to get through, but just like no strings attached, just read a book every week. And I've been doing that, and I want to continue doing that in May because I feel like it's been really helpful for like me, I don't know, starting to build up that drive to like want to like get my work out there, which helps me to actually write the story instead of just plotting it and moving on to the next one.
So Terry says that's an essential to life goal.
It is. And you know, I haven't been able to like when I was in school for so long, and when I was in school, I could not make myself read anything.
Oh my gosh. It took me like 2 years to read for fun again after my MFA. 2 years. And I was really afraid, like, oh, I'm never going to want to read again.
Yeah. There's Mo.
But what, oh, there's our Mosey. She's like a mountain goat.
I know.
What about your, so the nonfiction, creating short nonfiction workshop starts on Saturday, next week, a week from Saturday. And I know that you have a really good idea for that.
I do. I need to find the right keywords for it.
So that's the goal for the first month of that.
Yeah.
So that's
I need to find like the right, like it's a good idea, but I feel like it's only a good idea if I find the right artists to do it on.
Well, the goal for anyone of you, I know a bunch of you who are in here on this call right now, I can see you in the chat, are taking that class, and we can share the link to it. It starts on the 1st, which is a Saturday. And the goal for all of you are going to have a goal for May of finding your niche that's why we're doing these niche parties, right? Is finding your niche and doing the research to figure out what those 3 short nonfiction goals will be. So for June, you'll have a goal of writing the first one of those, but for May, it's figuring out what those are and getting them researched.
Yes. Yeah, that's my goal for that for May, because once I have them researched, a lot of it are like the topics. I think I'm
setting. So you have one. Your essential goal there for your short nonfiction is going to be art history.
It is, but it's not like it's not history. It's how to look at art. So it's like a guide for like, say, like a guide for looking at Picasso's paintings. Like, what do what should you pay attention to? What should you?
Yeah.
So it's not the history part, like I mean, it might be, because some of it, it's going to cross over, but it's not going to be like, it's going to be more about like the looking part of it. But the biggest part, I think, is I'm going to need to reach out to museums and stuff to get like permission to use painting.
I was thinking about it. If you started, like if you were struggling with that part, just like writing, I think after a while, art goes into the public domain. So if you use older work, then like Picasso might be too recent. If you did Van Gogh or something, or not, or Monet or something that's older. Monet is the 20s though, or no? I don't even know. Later than that.
I think some of Picasso's work has just started going into the public domain.
So you can do whatever you want. Like you can publish, put those pictures in your book. So that's something to keep in mind. So what are my goals for May? I need to finish editing this book 312 that I'm been editing on these things. I'm about 260 pages through this first pass of this edit. I'm going to have at least 2 big edits to make, like where I have to actually write. One is I haven't got there yet. I'm just getting to the part I know where my agent was like, shouldn't like the end of the book. So
is editing it making you like the story again more? Like whereas
it is. It is.
It's a good story.
It is a good story. And I know that my agent, I already know because she told me, but I haven't read her notes on it yet, that she doesn't like the way I ended it.
Oh, and that's your favorite part.
And it's my favorite part. So I'm going to have to see what she had to say and think of a new way to end it. And then I also have a pretty major timeline issue that I'm going to have to fix somehow. But I think I figured that out during this read through, so it's not going to be that hard of a fix. And I also want to get out my 3rd nonfiction short book, which I'm very excited for. And that's going to be starting how to start writing a novel, like how to find where your novel starts. And I have the content for that all together. I just need to read through it and get it. That shouldn't be too hard. We need a cover. What else do I? So that I would like to get that
pull it out
of May, huh?
Your new fiction book.
That's right.
We're gonna do it in May. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. So I have the covers.
Scott, take the leap.
Yep. I gotta get that out. I have to get it to. So maybe I'll try. I'd like publishing on a Thursday because I can do like a discounted price in the first week, or weekend. So I think I'm going to go for the first Thursday in May for this nonfiction book. You writing this down for me? First Thursday in May, hold me to it. And last Thursday in May for my novel, because Kristen still has to read through it and copy edit it for me. That book is ready to go. This is just my fear. I'm scared.
I'm going to read it for you this weekend.
And then
maybe I'll just send it to Kristen for you. You won't even know.
Yeah, that's what you
I'll just say it's done.
Yeah, you should do that. That's good. I think that I have another. What is my other goal? I wrote them down. I have a goal of and then so I am going to shift gears a little bit because I want to do for the creating nonfiction workshop. I would like to our short nonfiction workshop. I would like to try. I always like experiments a lot, and I want to experiment with a genre or a niche that's not writing. Mostly because I just want to see if I get like the similar results by using good keywords for something that's not about writing. So I like my main major hobby is making notebooks. I love to make notebooks. And I think I'm going to, and I did some preliminary niche research. And as far as I can tell, there are, it's a decent keyword. Junk journal is what I like to make, junk journals. And it's a decent keyword, and there's not very many people like writing about it, but lots of people search for it. So it's a very visual medium, like there's a lot of YouTube videos, but hardly anybody actually has a book about it. So I think that I can start there, and I'm just going to see what happens. Oh my God, Mary Jo. You have I make myself sick with nerves about publishing.
About anything new. It's scary to do anything new. I feel like the first time.
Yeah, I totally do, because I'm like, what if people think even the stuff that I'm pretty confident about, like I'm confident about my ability to teach writing, but I like published this new book, and the one that just came out last month, and I was like, what if like all the comments are, what is this woman doing talking about this, or this was all so basic information. No, you could just read it on a blog post,
Yeah.
or I don't know. Like, I get
I
very
think even
nervous
about
until
like 312, you've been nervous about getting that finished, and I think it's because it's so good and you're worried that it's going to be like your breakout novel, right? Like you have all these fears of how it's going to be. I think it is. I think it's really good.
I don't want to get. It's
be.
true that I don't want to get caught in a cycle of like where now everybody expects me to always write contemporary
You're
YA.
thinking too far in the future is what you're doing before you even publish it, before you even put it out there.
Terry says she never knew what a junk journal was, and now she loves it. Mm-hmm. Wait, can I just show you guys? I decided. So I've been using just one notebook, right, for my planning, and it's a B6ology Notebook. You can find them on Google. I'm sorry, on Amazon. Stalogy. I'll put it in here. The size is B6, which is about it's about 5x7. It's a European sizing, so it's not really 5x7 because they don't use inches, but so it's a little off, but it's about 5x7, and I love that size. But I decided I wanted to try doing a junk journal planner and just have a new one every month, because then I get to make a new one. So I made my one for May, and it's so pretty, you guys. Look how pretty it is.
Aww, it is.
Yeah, look, I made this paper. This is so a couple weeks ago I went to Goodwill, and they had this ginormous, it's so big, like 4 feet long and 3 feet tall, like an artist folio thing, like a big black thing you unzip all the way around, and it was full of watercolor paper, and it was $30. And I tried to call Adrian to tell her, like, is this a good price for watercolor paper? But she didn't answer her phone. So I Googled it, and it is like, watercolor paper that size is very expensive, like $75 for 10 pages or so. Like something super expensive. So I bought it. And so this is like 1/8 of one of those sheets. Mm-hmm. It's obviously it's folded in half, but anyway, and then I eco printed it, and with strawberries, and like they came out perfect. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so this is my planner for just the month of May, but I'm gonna do a flip through of it. But it's so pretty. I love it. Nice. And it's making me very happy, which means I'll use it, right? Which means I'll like open it and use it every day, because this is like gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Yes, I made it on the live chat. I did. It turned out so good, and then I turned it into but I really like this paper because it's so thick. And then when you boil it, it like changes the texture of it, so it almost feels like fabric. But like thick. I never would have used watercolor paper, even the stuff that I buy just to watercolor on. I'm not that kind of artist, but I like to watercolor anyway because it's fun. And but it's expensive, the watercolor paper, and this is especially expensive, so I probably never would have made eco dyed paper on it, just because, or eco printed, because it's too expensive. I just use like printer paper or cardstock or something. But this turned out really good, and it makes a perfect journal cover. So I'm going to try doing a junk journal planner. I'm going to do a flip through next week for you guys, if you're interested in that. I was going to do it today, but then I'd have to like switch, because I need to use my, do it anyway. It's too early in the month, I think. So next week I'll do a flip through of that and show it to you guys. I love it. It's so fun. So my goals for May. Well, put your plans. I see Terry put hers in there. I would love. Oh, Kenda has a Stalogy. I love mine too. I love my Stalogy. It is my favorite notebook.
Should we share
this? Is not great for like keeping notes, because it's got book pages in there, so it works really well for just my planning, because it's my to-do list on every day. I'll show you later how I did it.
You share what Terry's goal is. So she said,
yeah, so Terry's goal: keep on trucking with Adventures of Verity Cogswell.
I love that name.
Yes. Figure out Vella, work on self-branding and marketing so I reach as many people as possible, including a lead up to publishing.
Yay.
Oh, Terry's going to take on the world. I'm so excited for those stories too. And
So,
I've
like,
got
has a
hear
fire
some,
under her.
and it is very, very good. Like, super fun.
She's ready to go.
Yes. They're so fun. Because
Mm-hmm.
you're like, steampunk with fairies, and then she starts reading, and then you're like, yep, it works.
She had these like all these like short, like almost like Veronica Mars-ish ghost stories. And I feel like those, because it's like an ongoing short series, would do so well on Bella. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Like because they're like they're connected stories because it's like the same characters, but it's not at the same time, kind of like watching a sitcom, it's like connected stories but standalone, and I'm like,
that's gonna be perfect.
so good.
But these Verity Cogswell stories are also very good. Terry, you have so much content.
Yeah, you just got to get it out there.
You just got to get it out there. It's time.
It's good.
The world is waiting.
Get it out there.
I am waiting. I am waiting.
Yeah.
That's what really matters, right? I'm just kidding. So my goals for May, my plans for May are to get Poet up, to get 312 to my editor, to get my niching done for my junk journal books, figure out what my books will actually be, and to publish my third nonfiction short book. On the Ninja Writers level, you guys, Ninja Writers Press is publishing its first book that I did not write. Marilyn Flower wrote us a book about creative blogging, and it's coming out next Thursday. So keep your eyes open for that.
That's a fun one too. She wrote all about, like, she did this whole experiment of where she wrote blog posts from the perspective of her characters, and it's so good. And then
hilarious. In our book,
so good.
In our book, she breaks down how she did it and why and how it helped her and everything. So it's going to be really good.
Even if you buy it just to read the blog posts that she put in there, they're so good. They're hilarious. They're so funny.
Marilyn is a funny lady. Yes. Who are we congrating?
Marilyn, I think.
Oh, Marilyn. Oh, the book. Yeah. Yes, I'm very excited. Ninja Writers Press is like a dream for me, so I'm really excited for that. We have our first 5 books commissioned and ready to go. So our goal is to just get one out, at least one a month. We're starting small, but it's a small press.
Low stakes,
but that
fun.
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun. Yeah. Bye, Terry. Have fun with yard work. It snowed here last night. There's snow on the ground. Snow like it's freaking January.
It's so clear and sunny and not even a cloud in the sky.
Well, I better melt that snow before I have to go outside. I'm gonna be mad. Those are my goals, my writing related goals for May. 312, I need to finish that edit no matter what. Poet, I want to publish. I need to also, you know what, I'm going to also add on there that I need to plot Poet number 2, which I had to name before I've written it, which was really hard, and I just decided to name it. Thought, well, each book in this series could be, my main character's name is Poet, and I thought, I can name each one like a word related to poetry. So the book number 2 is called Sonnets. And I need to plot sonnets, and because pretty soon here they're going to want me to give them the info for the brief for book 4 or 3, and I really don't know what book 3 is going to be about, so I can't figure that out until I plot book 2. So plot sonnet, finish editing 312. What else? Niche, do the research for my junk journal books and get my new, that's a lot, holy crap. I'm always tired. Yes, but I'm excited. There's things happening, you guys. And I can't, Yeah, I'm loving these morning sessions.
Me too.
So who else wants to talk about their plans for May? Anybody? Bye, Kenda.
Share your goals.
Share your goals if you want. I think people are like, well, come on Monday. You know what? Come on Monday and share your goals. That's going to be a Zoom call so we can like talk.
Mm-hmm.
We'll set up our May planners.
What do we have going on today? I have a lot of calls today, but most of them are academy calls. I have 2 workshops. I have a cohort call, and I have the cohorts are so cool, you guys. If you join the Ninja Writers Club, you can get sorted into a cohort, and it's like your own little writers community within the writers community, and they're really fun. We meet like every other week, and it's just like an hour of like checking in on your goals and just hanging out. It's fun. I really enjoy those calls. And then I have the Ninja Readers call, which is part of the guild. And I sort people into standalone small critique groups, and everybody comes, and I put them in breakout rooms,
but they're sorted into groups so you're with the same people every week.
Yeah, and we did it for the first time last season, and I think like 2 or 3 of my groups stuck together really well, which I feel like is a good turnout, because it's always touch and go with those things. Sometimes it takes a minute to find a group that jives, but the first time we had 2 or 3 groups that just worked out really, really well, and they just keep meeting, and it's so fun to see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pat's going to finish editing Willow Manor. What a great name. Okay, I think that we're done for today. Do we have anything we must have a write-in today.
We have, let's look and see. Go into the guild or just look for the calendar. Today is the 23rd. Oh, today's my dad's birthday. I gotta call him. If you're in the guild, the voice, point of view, and dialogue call is at 4 p.m. Eastern. There's how to format a book in Vellum in the guild at 8 p.m. Eastern. And a write-in at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Which is for the club.
So if you're in the club, we have a write-in at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you're in the guild, you also have the write-in, but you also have a voice, point of view, and dialogue class, and a how to format a book in Vellum.
Cool. All right, everybody, have a fantastic Friday. I'm definitely going to have a fantastic Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, for our next live sprint. Bye.